Hey, what's up guys? Day 256 of my 365-day adventure. Oh my gosh, we're getting so close to like 100 days left and that's cray. But anyways, today I am talking about body language, and what is super cool about body language is there's a good chunk of it that is so universal. It's like a smile in one country is a smile in another, and even amongst animals, energetically, you can feel if they're scared or they're excited. You can see it, that body language that an animal has. When you get home, your dog like freaks out, right? And it's just really cool to know that it's so universal in that way. And I'm really chill on my videos. Like, most of the time I'm not super put together and professional, whatever, and it's because a lot of that is who I am and I kind of love it. And this is like a chill like experience for me. It's like just hanging out and chatting with a friend. And I'm sure at some point a lot of my other stuff will gear more into business and that kind of thing. And I think there's a time and a place for all of that. But I think a lot of the body language that I bring to these videos is just, hey, what's up? I'm your homie, like, okay. And I feel like who I am here with you guys on Instagram is who I am in general with anybody. And a lot of that, I think, comes across, especially if other people from other countries are ever watching anything and there's maybe language barriers, because a lot of people who follow me are in Japan and I teach out there a lot and have a lot of great connections to the Japanese culture, and sometimes that language barrier can get in the way. But I think the body language people can really read, or the voice, is a part of that, and the facial expressions. And so I just thought that's actually a really cool topic to talk about today, because it defies so many things that kind of keep us from each other. And so it makes me really honestly want to study it more, because if we become more masterful with our body language, and I guess what it really is too is like becoming more intentional in certain scenarios, right? Like if I'm going to go to an interview, I'm probably going to, hold myself more assertive and whatever. But it makes me really think, like, what is my truest form and self-expression of nonverbal communication? And I can create that to be whatever I want. But even just thinking about it today and like wanting to talk about it with you guys, it's like, yeah, what do I want to create in my nonverbal communication? I do want people to feel really relaxed and free and comfortable. So I feel like that's why, I vibe the way that I vibe. And I also want people to, at the same time, respect me too, and those kind of things. And I think sometimes maybe that's a fine line. But I think that, especially if you speak the same languages, that's easier to come across in like actual communication and verbal. But that nonverbal, it's such a cool place to be, because there's so much to it. And you can literally be in a room with somebody and they can walk in and they are like a dark little cloud and they don't need to say a word. And that nonverbal communication, you're like, let me moonwalk backwards, like, I'm cool, I don't need to be in your zone. And in certain cultures, like how close people talk or how far people talk, it really ranges depending on the culture. But that, when people get really close, like sometimes that makes certain people really uncomfortable, and sometimes it makes people feel more intimate. So it's just an interesting idea. This is just one of the days where I'm like just thinking out loud, I guess, which I think almost all of these I'm just thinking out loud. But how do you want to communicate non-verbally, and what's the impact you want to have on your physical space and being, and how do you want to make other people feel, and what do you want to mirror in the world? Like, what are you inspired by? And even when I think about the day that I was talking about fashion, like fashion will shift stuff. Shout out to Jason Naylor. This is a street artist. He does graffiti and it's all about love, and I'm just like, yes. And I know like a men's tee isn't necessarily everybody's vibe, but this makes me feel good. It makes me feel loved and self-expressed. And the other thing is I love to support other people. And so I think that just wearing this shirt, again, spawning off fashion, it makes my body language more open and my energy maybe just more open. So I think clothing can play a part also in our nonverbal communication, because it's also sad to think that there are some people that like to dress more hip hop. They like to dress maybe more urban and to a person that's not familiar with that culture or that space, like they might see it and prejudge that person or their walk or whatever. And it's that nonverbal communication. And yeah, really fashion is a part of that. And you automatically will categorize that person, which is normal. Like that's the only way we can kind of make sense of the world, is to categorize. But again, this is to just have you think, yeah, like what am I communicating in my body language, my face, especially parents. My friend Trey, shout out to Trey. He said to me that with his kids, he has 4 kids, and he was very intentional with making sure to smile a lot and all these things with 2 of his kids. And he sees such a difference in them because the kid picks up on the nonverbal communication, and then they literally like will mirror that, and they're learning. So if you are a parent, you have a new baby, like I don't care if your baby's a day old, that baby is smart and that baby is learning. What nonverbal communication are you teaching them, and what can we be responsible in? And really, again, just be an artiste in your world, and who do you want to paint yourself as, right? So it's got my brain thinking today, and I'm thinking, okay, what is my nonverbal communication? And especially everybody's wearing masks now. In LA, every time I go out, it's just people in masks. So it's like from here, I can't even do it, but it's like, what do I want to communicate with my eyes, right? So my body, I think it's going to be really important for us moving forward and how we connect with people, because I think masks will be fashion of 2021, like I don't know, whatever. But cheers to nonverbal communication. If this sparked anything in your head, go paint your Picasso life in your nonverbal communication space and have fun with it, guys. I think I will start to do the same. And my hope is that all my friends that I ever am around, that I can for sure definitely be a space of grounded and relaxed and a safe space, and something that has you feel comfortable being you, because that would be just amazing if I can really radiate that in my nonverbals. All right, peace out, guys. Bye.